you guys hear me? Good morning, business, love, and the tidbits. We are here today with Keira, and we are going to let her introduce herself. But first, Miss Dom, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good morning. I'm Dominique. I am the founder of Sisters Inspiring Sisters, and we run a women's empowerment program. Welcome to Business Love and Tidbit, and we have a special guest. So, Miss Karen, intro yourself.
Okay. Good morning.
So back on. So Keira is a long time friend of mine. Our kids played sports together since they were like 6, 7 years old. And so now they're well into their teens. And so we've been knowing each other for many years, but now we're in the realm of doing business together, collaborating together, and just we came together, and it's just super exciting because we share the same perspectives on life, business. We speak the same language, but we're in entirely different fields. So it's interesting to hear us talk, and we're like in different careers, but we speak the same. So we have her today. I'm going to have her introduce herself. So let's try to see here. Can you hear me now or no?
I can it's a little choppy, but that's okay. I know. I think you guys said to introduce. So I'll definitely hop in. No problem with that. So I'm Keira Norman. I'm a real estate broker. I've been in real estate since about 2004. But what I say is that,
Oh no. So she lives by the water, and she was saying her Wi-Fi is terrible. No matter what she does it. And so we're rolling. We're gonna keep talking. The reason for her being on the show today is really being in business for that long. Okay, let's go. Let's try it again.
I know. Let's try to get her before she goes.
Let's try it again, you guys. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
I am so sorry. I don't know what's going on with my connection. I have Wi-Fi.
Let's keep it.
So we believe you.
Okay, y'all. What I was saying is,
we don't believe you was trying to run away. Go ahead.
Girl, I don't know. All right. I don't know. So listen, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm gonna go. So, okay. So my real career, I'm a real estate broker, definitely by trade, but my real career is to make sure that I, help people reach their goals. That's my daily purpose. I love to see people maximizing their potential. I'm really good at seeing what others don't see in themselves. So that's really what my purpose is, and that's what I do daily.
And Keira's really, she's really adamant about that. We were in her office, and I was like, "Well, you're a real estate broker. This is what you do." And she's like, "No, that's not what I do." Right? And she's like, "Yes, I am real estate," but she was very, very adamant about letting me know, like, "No, this is my purpose is much bigger than just real estate. It's much bigger than hiring real estate agents and just selling houses and property." And so when you live and walk in your purpose, it's different, right? You have a different energy about yourself and about what you're able to do. So let's talk about that. Is it being in real estate and having this fire about yourself and help people? How does that drive you? How does it impact your company?
Dom, can you repeat that question? I think I have a better connection now. Outside. Tell me that question one more time.
So the question was, being who you are, being who you naturally are, what your gift is. How does your personality impact your agent, your business, and what you're able to offer to the people who are around you?
Thank you. A great question. One of the things that I definitely pride myself on that differentiates from other real estate brokers is just how I apply the business, the implementations, right? There's a big disconnect in people understanding what you have to do to get to the money in our industry, right? But business is business. So, for me, because I have such a large acumen on a business level as a whole, it's really easy for me to be able to guide agents to their specialty, because there is, there's everybody has to kind of get into the business based on what they are comfortable doing, what their space is. For me, because my business acumen is so extensive, I can pinpoint what needs to be done and then make sure we keep the agents motivated. But what you were saying earlier, I was taking a little bit of bits and pieces from it. But, real estate is, a very interesting business. But at the same time, it's very easy to accomplish and get to the money if you stick with the plan, right? And I think sticking to the plan has a big part to do with staying motivated, being personally developed, maturing, right? And then so those are some of the things that I focus on in my office versus, you know, um, focusing on always just learning how to do strategies or learning about the business. You need to learn how to be good to yourself so that you can perform, right? So I guess my differentiation as a whole, a little bit about my background. I've been in real estate since '04. I think the connection is better now, so I'm like kind of scattered, but I'm trying to bring it back in. I've been in real estate since '04. So the advantage to that is I've seen, multiple different trends. I've seen, all the failures, all the successes, and I really know what it takes to be successful. But just as a whole, I think the disconnect in our industry is when you're a new agent and you go to different offices, you have managers that very much focus just on buying and selling houses, right? If you're trying to become a good business person, the missing piece is understanding how to fully develop yourself to be a good business person. You can know every law, you can know how to do a contract, you can know how to do all of that, but you can't actually close a deal or get to the money unless you personally develop yourself and understand how to navigate through business in general, right? So for me, my whole entire existence as a company is to make an impact. That's the name of my company. It's Impact Real Estate Solutions. I'm really trying to teach agents how to be more than just agents. There's so many different ways to make money in the industry. That's not something that's being taught. And I just think that anything you do, there's so many different avenues. So whether it's real estate, whether it's, insurance, whether it's, whatever the case, there's multitudes of different things you can do. My specialty is putting a ton of different opportunities, a ton of different ideas in front of people so that they can expand their vision and not be so quick to away from what they think it look like. They can make it into their own vision. So I know that was probably long-winded, but that is the difference between what I do in my office versus, and then like you said, Dom, every Monday I provide a space for creativity. I need to add perspective. We have Motivation Monday every Monday. I've done that since 2017 in my real estate offices. And what we do is I invite everyone because, it's business, and being exposed to different perspectives will help you expand your horizon and allow you to personally develop a little bit more. So I fast track because I'm gonna tell you right now, Dom will tell you, we'll be sitting in there and we'll be like, we need to be charging for these. There's like there are people in there like, oh my God, this is like therapy. Who do I need to send my 159 to today? Who said that? Wasn't somebody in our thing, Dom?
Yeah,
They were like, I'm sending 159.99. I said, go on and send. Go on and send it. So, it's really a big difference. So
So motivation on Mondays, just going back to that. There's a lot of people, of course, on here that are not agents. So that is open to anyone that is in business or just anyone in general, anyone in vision that has a vision that wants to start a business. Who is that open to? Tell us a little bit more about that, Keira.
yeah, absolutely. So Ingrid, so motivation is, like I said, my main goal in life is really to just bring people together and add value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the real estate business. I very actually believe, even if you're in real estate, if you take perspectives from people outside of the industry or people that are on the outside looking in, you're gonna expand. So the point of it is to bring everybody together, right? Students, people who are trying to find their way, stay-at-home moms, teachers, real estate agents, insurance brokers, people who just that motivation come, because what it's going to do is going to allow you to expand your horizon. I have people that leave there and be like, dang, I never even thought about it like that. I can actually do this. And man, I feel so much better and super motivated for the day. For me, that's my goal. I don't need to close a deal. I need somebody to walk away feeling like they better than their work, right? So
I agree.
everybody is open to come.
And then don't get me wrong, if you like my real estate office and you want to get into real estate, we can make that happen too, all the time. So we don't have everybody come. We want to grow too, right?
Okay. So tell us how the time. We know it's on Mondays. What time is it? Where is it?
So it's at 10 a.m. every Monday at our office. We start out by introducing, but I'm very focused on making sure people learn how to talk positively about themselves, and that they're very much comfortable in their spaces. So we start out by introducing themselves, and everybody has to give a brag from when you were a kid, a brag from something you accomplished recently, a brag about your kids, like anything that you're proud of, anything that you've accomplished. We like to start with that. Then we move into personal development pieces. Yesterday, Dom and I focused on the compound effect. We were talking about you can make little steps to be better every day. Then we have a mastermind. So we'll do intro. We present some really good, valuable material for personal development, and then everybody gives their input so that we can, basically absorb the perspective of others, right? And it walks away making you feel like you grew, literally in an hour.
I love it. So what? So it's at 10 a.m. You said?
It is 10 a.m. every
Monday. And where is it at? So that in case some of our viewers want to come, where is it at?
Good question. So we could post a flyer. Also, we actually have a group page on Facebook. It's Motivation Day Sacramento. The address is in Midtown. It's 1901 Alhambra Boulevard in Sacramento, and it's 10 a.m. So it's right on the corner. It's a beautiful big white building. You'll see it got some murals on the side. And we do have the picture of the building in the flyer too. So we'll get that posted for y'all.
So we'll post the flyer. And it's just such a beautiful thing. I mean, even just the connection that me and Keira had, like me going to visit and helping her coach this thing was really the sign we're on the same page. And as a counselor coach working for the real estate agent, you would wonder like how would that possibly work? But really it's just Ingrid, like you're in business, like we speak the same language. So we can work together, collaborate together, and bring people together. The idea is to help transform lives. That's the idea. Whether you book a coaching call with me or ever join Keira's real estate agent or ever coaching with you, Ingrid, the idea is to help people get better. And so that's the value of being multifaceted. That's the value of putting personal development in other people first. Is that you're able to create spaces for people to grow. That's so. Keira, let's shift gears a little bit. There's a new terminology out called scale your business. Everyone's talking about, all the coaches are talking about scale your business. What does that mean? What does that actually mean? How do you scale your business? What definition of that to you?
That, you know what? It's one of my favorite new terms. And honestly, I've been using the term, but I've been in business for a long time, right? So for me, the exact translation to that is to work harder and not smarter. I'm sorry, work smarter, not harder, right? If you're not scaling your business, you're definitely working harder, not smarter. If you're scaling your business, you're working smarter, not harder. However, a lot of people don't understand how that translates, right? So if we're talking about scaling, my main motto is to maximize your potential. You got to break down what you're doing. So, every single, income source that you can obtain at this moment, you have to look how you can maximize each one of those things through education, through systems, right? So if you do those things on every income, and you can see how you can maximize that, and I can give some examples in which we'll do that, but that's really what I feel like scaling is, and really take your business from one level to a whole level when you start freeing up time by delegating, when you start taking one topic in whatever it is you're doing, and then you start expanding marketing and you start getting in front of more people and scaling what you're doing. You're scaling so for me, I can talk about how you can scale in a real estate, right? I'm a real estate broker. In the past, I've been, a broker for a major brand, Coldwell Banker. I was their regional managing broker for almost 7 years. And this is for a whole county. And we were an international company. And I had multiple, but let me tell you where the disconnect is. We just promoted buying and selling residential real estate, right? Sometimes commercial, but we didn't focus on a large portion of commercial office. Real estate is just not residential. There's property, there's development, there's, investment, there's cash flow, there's cash flow. There's so many different things that agents can pair their talents with to be able to utilize the license and the industry to make money. But when you're working at certain companies, they only teach you one way. That's not working smarter, that's working harder. So for me, as a real estate broker, I said, you know what? I'm going to change my business model. I'm not going to like these other big companies. I'm going to scale every aspect of the business because I have enough experience to be able to support that. I know investments. I know commercial. I know how to build houses. I did it, for many, many years. That's where I started, right? I have 3 books that are published, and a lot of them are very much focused on how to do these things, right? So having said that, my company is I said, you know what? I'm going to be a collective. I'm going to teach an agent how to be more than just a real estate agent buying and selling houses. Let me scale the business. Let me show you how you can be an investor. Let me show you how you can find an investor and plug them with a property at a wholesale. Let me show you how to go to other cash flow products, right? Mm-hmm. That's all real estate talk. And that is not something they teach in a regular office. So for me, as a broker, I'm like, let me scale my industry, bring people in that I know have the talent that may not want to sit and go buy and sell, may not have the clientele to do that, but they can learn other ways to maneuver through and scale what they're doing, maximize money by maneuvering in different facets of the field.
I love it.
When we're talking about scaling, real estate side, that's what it is. But of course, there's a very extensive other definition to get into on other industries as well. So,
so you said so I love the fact that you said that you were at Coldwell Banker, which of course, if you don't know who that is, I used to be a market center administrator for Keller Williams.
Okay, so you know.
So I know. Never became an agent, but use my administrative skills over there to manage those 295 different employees, different agents in Elk Grove and TCs and all of that.
Are you still? Do you happen to still have any type of passion to want to come do that again? Because all right, sorry. Go ahead.
We can talk later. So yes. Definitely a different skill you need to have to handle that. So definitely no, but I remember all of that. Yes. So with that though, with those big companies like that and big industries and things like that of that nature and the way that they work, I can see where you were called to, give a more in-depth, more personal, because you see so many that they come in for a particular thing. And like you said, it's buy, sale, buy, sale, buy, sale. It was funny because one of the biggest agents that was there came from another, of course, large brokerage as well. And the way that he got he worked smarter and not harder, was that he used social media advertising and had never pounded the pavement, knocked on doors, any of that. And he was one of the top producers. Right?
Absolutely.
There. Yep. So there are ways, that's scaling. And that was, of course, way back then. It's been several years since I've been there, but I see what you're saying, Keira, as far as work smarter, not harder. That scaling is now they just put a term to it, right? But it's been happening. It's been happening for a while.
Absolutely. So, I brought up a really good point, Ingrid. I mean, that's a perfect way to think about it. I mean, scale, no matter what business, right? Mm-hmm. I also know multitudes of business owners that literally don't have to pound the pavement, that literally don't have to spend dollars on marketing because they understand how to catch that algorithm and glue them in. So that's a really a good point, especially in real estate. Yes.
Yeah. I want to talk about that for a second because it's such a big deal. A lot of us, and especially small businesses, I mean, our audience are a lot of the people who are in our audience are really small businesses. They're not large corporations, and they're missing that point on what can I do to maximize the potential of what I. What else can I possibly do? If I make candles, I only make candles, right? That's what they think. Like, I only make candles. What else is in that industry that you could be possibly doing to make more money? Selling candles is possibly not going to make you a millionaire, right? You're not Bath and Body Works. You're not White Barn companies yet. But how do you take your candle, your making candles to another level where you are able to quit your job if you really wanted to. You're able to live a living off of your candle business. What else is it? So what you're saying is so important because you can take any business and scale it to maximize and create other options for you to make money. And we need to start doing those things. Nobody is talking about these things on what you can do, the how-tos. You said that here a few times. I teach you how to. People are talking, but they're not giving the how to.
Right.
We talk, but how do I do it? Like, okay, that sounds great. I'm motivated. I can make a lot of money, but how do I do it? And nobody's walking away with how to. And I think it's really important for us to start teaching people, not just us, but other people who are teachers or have to teach and show people the how to of business, not just your specific business. It teaches to what Keira's talking about. It's for everybody. The coaching is for every business. It applies to every single business. And I say that on every show is that we speak the same language no matter what genre of business. It applies to everyone. So our challenge for you is to, if you can't hire a coach, to start doing research on what else you can do to maximize the potential of what you're already. If you're sitting in your closet making candles all day, that ain't it. That ain't gonna do it. I'm sorry. Can you create a book? What else can you do? Right? What else can you make? What else can you hire people to make your candles and you go do something else? Like, what else is there for you to possibly do? And I think that's important here. I think that's the most important part of this conversation is the how to.
Right. So Dom, look, it's funny you said that because I can give you guys it's something just went off in my head, right? Look, we had a piece in our Motivation Monday, accountability piece. We all had to draw numbers and pair up with somebody in that week. You had to be in contact with them, motivate them for what they wanted to do that week. Dom's person was one of my really good friends, Sco. He's an artist, right? And Sco came to me and he was like, here, I got all this stuff going on. I have all these talents, but I don't think I'm using my time properly. So him and I had, and so Dom ended up being his account. This was a while back, about a year ago. And him and I had this conversation. So I said to him, Sco, look at how he has some very interesting art. His method is different. He goes by the way than everybody else. So guess what we did? He created a paint brand. So now his art brand is Guerrilla Art. I'm like, Sco, you do oil paintings. You have canvases. Create a canvas line that says Guerrilla Art. Put it on Amazon to sell. Anytime somebody Googles, get your art, make sure your canvases come up. Even though they're only piece, he can scale his brand, right? And what that's going to do is expose him. So now he's created a platform for Guerrilla Art Camp. He's created a platform for Guerrilla Art. He's a painter. He's an artist. He can't just do canvases. He needs to figure out how to make more money. So he's like, here, what do I do? I said, look, just start with that. Name your colors. Name your blue. What is your art blue going to be called? So now he has a whole rainbow of colors under his Guerrilla Art brand. He already trademarked it. We went through the USPTO. I talked about it to him. I showed him. This is what you do. You go on there. We went through all of the questions to get his brand trademarked. I mean, we did that all in one day. So when we're talking about scaling and we're talking about how to, it doesn't matter what business it is. I am not an artist. I can't even draw a stick figure, but I can tell this man how to scale his art business because it's business. Like Dom is saying, it's all relevant. I'm a real estate broker and I'm telling this artist how to scale his paints and his canvases. You know what I mean? It's just business. And that's what I was saying. The difference between me and another real estate broker is you can come at me with any type of business and I'm gonna be like, oh, well, have you thought about that? And that's what we do, period, on a daily basis. Dom being a coach, that's the light bulbs that we let people have go on, right? We give them little things that expand their horizons. And how that happened was I said, so what are you spending your money on when you go buy you're making your canvas?
Right.
Said, I'm buying canvases, I'm buying scrapers, come out with your own line. I said, well, how did you find the brand? Oh, I just went on Amazon and Googled it and I found whatever one I thought was the best. Guerrilla Art is a great brand. Do you know how that would so anyways, I won't expand on that. That's the point. I think that just made me think that's scaling. But guess what else he does? He has a very large social media following and grid. So like you said, right? Not only, he's on there and now all he has to do is start posting Guerrilla Art brand. And now everybody's gonna start seeing it because he has a really good support system already. So for everybody, whatever your industry is, where are you spending your money at? How can you flip that? Like, so we're talking about candles. Sell candle wax. A lot of people make candles. Brand some candle wax and sell just the wax by itself.
Hello.
Just saying, there's a lot of different things you can do. So
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Do you have anything to add to that part?
She said it all. She was on the roll. I was like, that's right. That's what we talking about. There's something else. What goes into what your brand is? You can actually take all those other things. That's right, Annette. Boom, drop it. Yeah, you ain't got nothing else behind that. What else? What else can you do? What is the thing? I mean, I'm a business consultant, but I have a passion for retail. I am the partner in 2 retail companies that are passionate to me. I have other investments that I have. So, and on the fast track to becoming a multimillionaire. So the thing about it is that there are other things. There are other things. What goes into what you are doing? And it's funny, Keira, you said something about Amazon too, because that's one of the things I got behind the scenes that I don't talk about too much. But it's all, you never know where your what's behind. You just got to put yourself out there to investigate and listen to the information that is being shared with you.
Listen.
It is, gather that information, and if you don't know, ask questions. Ask questions. Write them down. Put your plan together. There is somebody out there. Keira telling you, she said, I'm a real estate agent. I just told a person that does art how to maximize what they're doing to get the best results for them outside of what they would normally be thinking. So think about that. You never know where that's going to come from. Be open. I would say, jump on Motivational Mondays. Go out there. Go on out there, y'all. We'll have all the flyers and everything, 10 a.m. every Monday. You'll see Keira and Don. You'll get 2 for 1. You'll get 2 for 1. So, but I just wanted to piggyback a little bit on that. I like that, Annette. That's right. Closed mouth don't get fed, girl. You right. Go ahead, Tom. Did you have something to close us out?
I mean, she said enough. I mean, getting to the money and scaling your business should be the priority. It should be the priority. If that's not the priority, why are you in business, right? Why are you in business? I mean, yes, me and Keira want to help people. Yes, it's our gift to support you and whatever you're doing. But at the end of the day, we still have to survive, right? And so that should be on the forefront. If you're in business, if you're not trying to make money, why are you there? So your goal plan should include how are you going to live and create the life that you want to live off of your business. That should be the question. And so start there. Start there. What can you do right now to start creating money? There's so much money out there. Me and Keira talk about this every month. There's so much. There's no reason why anybody should be broke. You're broke because you're not applying yourself. You're not what you're supposed to be doing to create the life that you. Scaling your business is one part. Taking in information is one thing. What are you doing with that information? What are you doing with that
action? Yep, it's the action.
Right. If there's no action behind what you're learning, you can spend all day on YouTube. Go to My Empowerment, go to Motivational Monday. But if you're not doing anything about it, what are you doing it for? You're wasting your time. And I talk about this so now it's time. The time is now. The time is now. We don't have much time. So start today. Take Keira's information. What can you do right now? We're going to leave you with that. What can you do right now to scale your business, to get to the money, and to live the life that you want to live?
Keira, is there anything that you have that's coming up that you want to let our viewers know about? We know about Motivational Mondays. Is there anything else that you have coming up?
Well, you know what? We do have a lot of events that we generally hold at the office, for investment, things like that. Thank you for the opportunity to plug them. I don't have information, but we will be opening for the building itself on February 22nd of 23. I know that's a minute from now. We did a launch party on 2/22/22. We're going to do a great building on 2/22/23. So thank you.
And And for you, those that don't know, that Impact Real Estate is a collective. She's allowing other people to use her space for a fee. But if you need a space to host meetings, to do workshops, or to do the things that you need to do, the space is available. So we'll drop her information. She welcomes you. You don't have to be in real estate to be able to utilize her space. She wants you there. You need a space to come work for the day. It's available. So utilize it. We're creating space for you guys to improve yourselves, to create opportunities for you. It's up to you all to use it.
Yes, absolutely. It's a collective, you guys, because we love the energy. We want everybody in the room. Come on, we want everyone, because all that's going to do is add value. So thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Keira, for
appreciate
coming out. We appreciate you. We thank you for sharing your time and waking up, girl, early this morning.
Absolutely.
With the internet and everything. That was so valuable to share with our viewers, our listeners, wherever it is, the ones listening to the replay. Y'all know y'all need to be waking up with us, right? We got guests coming and y'all ain't here, right?
They'll be here later.
You got to get to the money. You got to get up early.
You ain't waking up. But we thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget, we stream on Business Love and Tidbits on Facebook and on YouTube. Also on the pages on Facebook of Miss Dom Michelle, and also the Ingy Pink Network. So we will see you again on Friday morning, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, because we in Cali. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.